right. When you first just glance at this, what would you try? Factoring by how? By grouping. Why would you try factoring by grouping right away? Even amount of terms, right? But 4 and 9, do they have any common factor? Are the coefficients here ever going to be 4 and 9? No. So then what do we have to do?
Like take what we call like first, last digit and fourth.
The first and last digit, yeah. Find the possible rational values, right? So we're looking at the 1 and the 4. So if I'm doing the factors of which one goes on top?
1.
Good. Factors of 1 over the factors of 4. What are the factors of 1? 1. Riveting. Okay. What are the factors of 4? Can you get them to be in order from lowest to highest?
Plus minus 1, 2, and 4.
1, 2, 4. Okay. So far, so good? Okay. So what does this actually tell me? What are the numbers that I could try?
1.
I could try positive or negative 1, 1/2, and 1/4. Okay. So if we set up our synthetic division here, we've got an x cubed, an x squared, an x, and a number. And which would you like to try first?
1.
Might as well. I definitely think that makes life a lot easier. And what numbers go here?
4, negative 9, 6, 25.
Good. How do I start?
Bring down 4.
Bring down the 4. Okay? Bring down the 4. Then what do I do? 4 times 1 gives me 4. Negative 5 times 1 gives me negative 5. Add them up and you get 1. 1 goes over here and we get 1 and we get, is that good or bad? That straight up means you won. You're the winner. So what can you tell me about the answer because this works? X minus 1 is a factor. Very good. So my factor here is x minus 1, because if I put in a positive 1 here, that will give me the 0, right? And then if I'm looking at my roots or my zeros, what does x equal? Positive 1.
Don't you still have to simplify it? It's like 4x squared minus 1.
So yeah, this now becomes 4x squared minus 5x plus 1. So if you want to keep trying synthetic division, you can, or what else can you do here?
Math?
You could do MAM here, right? And if MAM doesn't work, or you hate it, like you hate it, that's fine. What else can you do because it's an x squared? You can do quadratic formula here if you want to. Quadratic formula is going to spit out the roots for you, so you might need to work a little backwards to get the factors, okay? But you can try MAM as well. I'd like to go over MAM again because it's just never going to go away. That's just the skill you need. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we got M, A, M going on here. So what am I doing first?
Multiply 1, 4.
Multiplying, right? That A times C. So when I multiply 1 times 4, I get
5.
riveting. Well, multiplies to give me 4, but adds up to give me
Negative 5.
negative 5.
Negative 4 plus 1. Minus plus 1 is negative 3.
So I guess, yes, which combo here are we doing?
Minus minus. Minus 4 minus 1.
It's got to be negative negative, right, because we're getting a positive number here, and we're adding for a negative, so this is the only one that makes sense. If you need to list them out and look at them and actually physically add them across, do it. Okay? Whatever makes your life easier. What do I do with these numbers? Splitting up that middle term. Does it matter which one I put first?
Yes.
Not at all. It'll work either way. Okay? Which one do you want to put first? Yeah. Okay, so I've got negative 4x minus 1x, and then I'm going to bring down my plus 1, and I'm going to bring down my 4x squared. What do I do now? Now you can do grouping, right? That's the whole point. Everything's easier in pairs than in even, right? Everything's easier with a buddy. Do you have your exit buddy? Right? Anybody? Finding Nemo fans? Am I that old? You know, Finding Nemo came out like when I was your age. Harsh. I shouldn't say things like that out loud. It hurts my soul. What can I take out of these two? 4x. And what does it leave me with? X minus 1. What can I take out of these two? Negative 1. Very good. Whatever symbol is here, that's what you bring down, and that leaves me with x minus 1, right? If we're dividing that negative 1 out, that's going to click that sign over. So then what do we know? Very good. So these are my other two factors. 4x minus 1, x minus 1. And what are my roots? Gotcha. Is that better? Okay. Sorry, what are my other roots?
Positive 1 fold.
Positive, yeah, because you'd add 1 over, and you would divide it by 4. And again, if you need to show it, they're called zeros for a reason, right? Roots and zeros, because you're setting it equal to 0. What about from here?
Same thing. Just 1.
Same thing. Do I need to write it twice? No. A lot of times on the answer key, especially from our problem generator, you'll see MULT dot. It means this is an answer multiple times. Okay? Cool? So that is our factored form. Could you write the factored form in a different way? You could put x minus 1 squared, right? And then just this guy, so you wouldn't have to write that twice. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. But you see stuff like that on like multiple choice, different things, so you want to make sure that you're aware that they're the same thing. From doing the 4x minus 1 equal to 0. Glad you asked. Anything else?